Yeah. Yeah. What's your Wi-Fi here?
Oh, let's see. Let's get the Wi-Fi. Let's get the. You don't live, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so all the time he thought he could kill 3 people, but he was on 2.
I can keep going. This.
Blowing swisher, sweet smoke, sweet smoke. Ba 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 da ba da. My life be showing out so hard on Instagram. Oh.
We live.
Oh.
Hey, we live. Y'all hear back here, man.
What going on?
10 people down
We're
live.
slightly late, but we are on. We are on.
Episode 28,
you got your
baby.
flash on and flash.
Yeah, you don't need no flag. We got good light bulbs in here, man. Come
Okay,
on
there
in
you go.
here. Come
There you
on
go.
in here. Come on in here. Come on in here.
Barbershop stores. How everybody doing out there? We're gonna get pumped.
Yeah, come on around, y'all.
They're gonna do it.
Slow moving.
Got old Jarvis Escott in the house
Still live?
tonight.
Okay.
Come on now, look at it. He just keep walking back and forth. Now, first of all, barbershop store. You don't see me on there, but usually we on time. But Jarvis Escott.
I know.
Birmingham Guru.
CPT time or
We ain't
something.
never been late.
CPT time.
Never been late.
Oh, man. This is fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
What's happening in Birmingham?
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Sorry we late. Sorry we late. It's on Jarvis Escott.
Yeah, y'all forgive me.
So we got to do a proper intro. What's happening? I'm comedian, narrator, haircut, schlanger, Bennie Mac, and this is Barbershop Stories, the podcast, episode 28. And that's my homie over there.
Simon No. Got a
That's
little
right.
info for you today too, baby.
That's right. That's right. And then we have marketing guru, marketing expert. If you from Birmingham, I'm sure you know him because he gonna die down your phone with all them emails.
Blow up your inbox.
Blow up your inbox, all that kind of stuff, man. We got Jarvis Escott in here today. What up, Jarvis?
What's going on, Benny?
What's happening?
Good,
What's
Sammy.
happening?
Thank you all for welcoming me on. This
you know,
good old talk and fellowship, and
You know,
Oh, yeah.
hey,
Oh, yeah.
all that, man.
yeah.
All that.
Well, Jarvis, I guess I'm gonna start it off just simple, man. You know what? It really can't be simple because you've been in the game a long time in the city, and that's a hell of a thing to be consistent in Birmingham for this long. So, for the people that don't know Jarvis and the people first time they ever meeting you, seeing you, or whatever, or the people who did business with you but never just met with you face to face, tell them who you are.
Well, my name's Jarvis Escott. From Birmingham. Grew up Birmingham, East Side.
What about East Side?
Zion City.
I know that. It's almost Terrence.
Zion City, Airport Hills, Tarrant, Boomer Heights.
Let me get a vote. Hey, is Tarrant, East Side, or now we're gonna do that, Fred. Fred, he's the location guru.
His location,
So
okay.
normally we do all our consultation with
Okay.
Fred, and he let
Okay.
us know if you
Okay.
qualify. Now, Fred, what you think?
So it's in the
He's
Eastern Hemisphere.
Zion City.
Okay, Zion City. Okay, all right.
Zion City.
Well, welcome, Jarvis.
Zion City. Welcome on,
All
man.
right,
Thank
all
y'all.
right. Carry on.
Yeah. So I went to Birmingham City Schools.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Curry Elementary. Then I went to Robinson. Excuse me. And then I went to Tarrant.
Oh,
From 5th through 12th. Oh, Lord, get back. So 5th through 12th, I went to UAB. When I was at UAB, I was student body president. They had me run all like a chicken with his head cut off. Graduated from UAB back in 2003. Worked in the banks for a couple of years. I worked at South Trust Bank on the west side by 5 Points West. And then I worked at Regions Bank, and then I worked at Enterprise. So when I was in college, I never went out at all. I ain't go kick it or do anything. But once I graduated, man, I kicked it just about every weekend. So I tore that thing up. I was at Platinum. I was at La Casino on Friday. I was at Mike's Crossroads.
Yeah, mofo did it backwards. They partied while they was in school, and they chilled out. When they got out, you said you did it. Just
I was kicking it in. So, one day I was sitting around, I said, man, as much partying I do, I need to get paid for doing this. So my church member at the time, she gonna laugh when she see this. Tanita Kane would do first.
Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did First Friday.
Yeah, First Friday.
I remember.
So
First Friday's jump too.
yeah. She did a Safari Cup, then she moved to different locations.
Mm-hmm.
So she decided, she was like, "Well, you want to come work for me?" So I was like, "Okay, I'll come work for you." So I was selling tickets. So the way I used to sell tickets was I used to do it by text message.
Mm-hmm.
So I would text somebody, when the tickets was available. So I did like a huge text blast for it, and then that called on, and then I met Antonio that owned Amai Raha.
Yeah,
And he was like, "Well, can you come help me out and stuff?" So I went down there, and I was kind of helping him build like an email database at the time. Mm-hmm. And then he was saying, "Well, if you can build me a database, I'll pay you this certain amount of money." Man, you know me, he gave me that great incentive, so I went ham sandwich. So I was having girls everywhere out here collecting email address. I know what y'all think. I have girls everywhere, but I wasn't like a pimp or nothing like that. So, we would collect the email address. So I built the email database up.
Now, we're going to verify that, too. Verify check to see if Jarvis was a pimp. Walk with a limp.
Email pimp.
Oh, yeah. Email pimp.
So, by that time, I brought the emails back to him. He was going to give me an incentive plan. And he was like, "Well, I can't pay you. I'll let you throw some parties." Why did he let me do that? So I started throwing parties at the time. Mm-hmm. Then fast forward 6 months later, the club closed. I'm sitting with a database. He was cool. He was like, whatever, keep do what you need to do. Mm-hmm. So at the time, I decided to, start doing a newsletter. Mm-hmm. Then my birthday party had came out. It was around by April 2008.
Gee, what up?
And I basically would put, I did a birthday party, and I just put a whole bunch of sponsors on it. And then a light bulb went off in my head. And I said, well, I could do a business off of this. So I was like, that's when light bulb came with the emails and things from there. So been in business 13 years. So the email started off that end. Then fast forward a couple of years later, I launched the website, What's Happening in Birmingham. One day I was just sitting up one day, and I was like, man, I need to come up with a name. So I said, let me come up with What's Happening in Birmingham. Then I bought like 3 or 4 other domains. I own What's Happening in Atlanta, What's Happening in Huntsville, What's Happening in Alabama, even though I ain't done nothing with it. But if anybody wants some of those domains, holler at me. And kind of went from there. And then one Sunday, when I was supposed to be at church, but I think it was like after Classic. It was 2013 after Classic. And I was sitting up and it said, create your own app.
So you skipped church to create an app?
Yeah, I went kind of ham sandwich at that. I created an app.
Amen.
Yeah. So I created an app. I was laying in my bed and I was like, because I'm the type of person that once an idea gets in my head, I just do it. Mm-hmm. I don't care what it look like. I always tell a person, if you wait before a product comes out, you wait too late. Mm-hmm. It's better because when Facebook came out, Facebook wasn't perfect. So a lot of people like to wait on something. I was like, it wasn't perfect when I first came out with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you where it goes from there. So at that time, when I was building the app, it cost me, uploading it on the app stores, less than $200. Mm-hmm. Fast forward, maybe like a couple months later, I met up with somebody at Alabama Power, mm-hmm. and I was able to get Alabama Power to sponsor my app, and they still sponsor to today. Mm. So that was just an idea, just from one thing lead to another that leads to an avenue. Now,
so now you called it What's Happening in Birmingham, but wasn't there something else before? You had a couple different names.
Yeah, 24/7. But the reason why I split it up was because everybody didn't want to get the party stuff. So I tried to kind of diversify a little bit.
You tried to split
some people because if you get my emails now, you get a little bit of everything. I'm doing houses, child support. Mm-hmm. What else? What goes on the email?
Nigga birthday.
Yeah. I'm a notary. You need a notary. All types of stuff that goes on my podcast. Not podcast. I'm gonna get that in a minute. So after that happened, fast forward a couple months later, I'm sitting up in like a email marketing class, and I'm just asking random questions. Guy said, maybe you should teach a class. And I was like, well, hell, I should teach a class. So that's why I got into doing social media classes. How I got into doing the podcast was 2 years ago when all politicians would come to me always for, running for election and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm always thinking, how can I get a little more extra money off of them? So something came in my head. I said, well, let me sit down and interview them. I'm bashful. I don't really care you know, if y'all look at my videos, how I'm acting here is how I act on my podcast. You know, I'm just it's me.
I don't know. You don't do the same thing to judge and preachers.
bashful.
I seen now you have on suit and tie when you with them.
Yeah, I was on comfortable. But see, I was in the barbershop, you know, with my church family.
So you done came in here. You ain't got that shirt tail tucked in. You got your jacket half zip.
Yeah, half zip.
You don't do like the politicians.
I brought and I brought
bring my suit coat out here for him. And I don't get him right.
And I brought refreshments.
Oh yeah, this right here is sweet tea, Jarvis style.
Yeah, sweet.
It's great. Thanks, Jarvis.
Yeah. Everybody that know me know what my favorite drink is.
Fellowship.
Fellowship. Yeah, fellowship. I would say what it is, but they ain't paid me for no sponsorship for it. So I started the What's Happening in Birmingham podcast, but the more I got into doing it, after I got through interviewing elected officials, I said, let me see who else will sit down with me. So I went straight to the top. I ain't go, you know. I said, let me go get the mayor. Who else better tell you what's happening in Birmingham than the mayor? So Mayor Whitfield sat down with me. And then after that, it wasn't hard to get other people to sit down with me. So fast forward 2 years later, over 200 interviews. My ultimate vision for the What's Happening in Birmingham podcast is just telling the story, how Birmingham's changing, and who the people behind it. So it's been interesting. I've interviewed everybody from Tom Steyer. I've interviewed doctors, lawyers, preachers. It's been fun.
We gotta get some hood niggas on that job.
Well, I mean, we get people on that too.
I'm saying that. I'm saying it facetiously, but I'm saying it seriously. Because don't get me wrong. As well as you got your politicians, and you know, folks, you got to get some people that the average person wouldn't see. Because the average person don't see them, they're gonna be able to tell a story that's gonna connect it to the other story.
Okay.
Almost like if you hear one side, you gotta hear the other.
Oh yeah. And I do believe that because Birmingham, you know, I think the problem in Birmingham now, Birmingham's changing. Everybody got to be brought into the loop. Yeah. Like one of the best interviews I did last year, I hope I pronounced his name right, Alex Flashbart. Is a guy that's over Opportunity, Alabama, over basically what it is, kind of help people coordinate with the opportunity zones. And if you don't know what opportunity zones, please Google that because that's a great opportunity for you all to flip properties here in this area. Commercial, residential, things like that. So so it's been fun, pretty much.
So you've been doing, you said about 13 years, right? All right. So since you started, and then even with what's happening in Birmingham, from what you've seen, what's happening in Birmingham, do you think the change is good, or do you think it's conducive, as they say? Like, you know, things like now, a lot of people excited about a freeway like it ain't just a roadway.
We got 6 Flags over Birmingham.
You know what I'm saying? So you got, of course, you got the new bridge that take traffic through a little smoothly. You got Regents Park up. You got the stadium supposed to be coming up in 2021. The new remodeling of the Civic Center. What are your thoughts on some of that? Because I'm sure if we all from Birmingham, we done seen it go from there to this point. Do you think Birmingham gonna be that bus like everybody, you know, hoping to happen? You think all those changes gonna make us that city, or?
Well, we still.
What's your thoughts on the growth?
I mean, I think we still got ways to go because everybody don't really know what's going on. And, you know, whether it's by design or whether it's by accident, a lot of people are getting left out the loop. And I mean, majority, I think, is the citizens that sometimes are left out of the loop about, you know, what's going on because they see these buildings going up and they like, where it's coming from? And then when you kind of look and go peel behind the tea leaves, who making money off these deals? Is it people looking like us? You know what I mean? So, you know, or the citizens, you know. So the thing,
staying to gain anything. You know?
Yeah, staying to gain anything from this because, you know, like one of the biggest things that's happening in 2021, where I tell a lot of, you know, small business owners, women business owners, minority business owners, is the World Games. That's going to come here in 2 years, and there's going to be such an influx opportunity for small businesses. So one of the interviews I had was with Marcus, he's going to kill me. Marcus Lundy and Glenda, I can't remember Glenda's last name. Glenda, please forgive me. With the World Games. And they was basically talking about how to sign up for the database so you can get, of course, to these opportunities. Because there's going to be a lot of money, especially for all types of businesses, especially for minority businesses, to really kind of get in on this because you're going to have all people from around the world, and Birmingham's going to be the showcase. And this is going to be the first major event of the 2000s, you know, featuring Birmingham.
Now, you know, Larry Langford told us back, about 10, 15 years ago that Birmingham gonna have the Olympics in 2020.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember that.
And we just got a different variation of it.
A lot of people don't realize he got the Olympics now. It's a little. They ain't running as fast, but it's the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? It's second screen Olympics, but it's the Olympics.
Let me say Glenda Thomas. Glenda, please forgive me. Glenda. Remember that.
What up, Glenn?
So,
No, Glenn. Everybody know
Glenda. Okay. So, it's a big opportunity for a lot of businesses to make sure that they're in the loop. Mm-hmm. Now, we do depend on the people who are, like in media like myself, and also people that's in government to let the citizens know too. But a lot of times that can kind of, fall by the wayside. Yeah. And another thing I see what happens in Birmingham, everybody lives in their own little caves, and nobody goes out to the other caves.
But you think that could be, I guess, like what they would consider to be a social construct on how this city was built? Because you got to remember, man, if things start off separate, a lot of, it end up breaking off in these different ways, but a lot of times it's hard to get up out of.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
Because you can identify the hood by saying, oh, that's the hood.
Well, you can't tell now. I mean,
construct.
If we go down the street right now, we in Woodlawn. We got some houses looking in Woodlawn. A couple years ago, been like, no, even like Avondale. So it's interesting how things are changing. That people wake up one day and be like, man, what happened? I mean, truth be told, probably in 2 years, when you go by Caraway Boulevard, it may be looking like Buckhead.
It's gonna be different. Ain't no maybe. It's gonna look like that. Yeah. It's gonna look like that. So you getting yourself with Jarvis, you getting yourself in the loop and trying to get to some of this property and some of these businesses going on around here?
Yeah, I mean, my main thing as I continue in business is just, as you get older, you kind of slow down a little bit more. Mm-hmm. It's just trying to, make sure I focus on the right things and continue to grow. Like I always tell people, if you're not innovating, you're gonna die, because if you got to always stay doing different things. And the thing I've noticed being in business for 13 years is that I've always been doing different stuff, not just doing just one thing. And and I wasn't afraid to step outside my comfort zone. Like a lot of small business owners, they're afraid to do that. And I'm, in this business, you cannot be scared. And I love some of y'all right now. We have a podcast. A lot of y'all need to stop hesitating, because they be so scared to pull that trigger that when you're in business, it's almost like you like to gamble. Mm-hmm. It's almost like people say, well, won't you go gamble? I'm like, man, I own a business. I gamble every day. You open up a light. You cut the lights on. So you got to be willing to gamble. You got to bet on yourself. And you cannot be afraid to, spend money, because you're investing back in yourself. And a lot of times people are very afraid, especially when it comes to marketing and advertising, to invest in themselves. They'll do a lot of, they like to crawl their way.
But do you think, though, that some are not necessarily scared? A lot of them just don't have the budget to invest in themselves, nor have the knowledge of how to invest in themselves. They do what they see. Because you're around a bunch of people who moving, but they may not be making certain steps, and it could be because of lack of knowledge. You think that could be it too? Because, in the barbershop, that's why we do barbershop stories. A lot of these conversations stem from a lack thereof, or somebody that knew something that we didn't know. Yeah. So I think in Birmingham, man, I think we have a great city. I think we have a hell of a set of people. I don't think our problems are no different than anywhere else in the country. I just think they're so unique because we right here in it. And
we have Truth and Honesty podcast. I mean, I think, when it comes to, race is important, but also class and social mobility where people are as well. Like a lot of us, we may grew up in Ansley, or we may grew up in, the east side in certain places. We feel like we get big, we go over the mountain, we don't want to come back and help here. Mm-hmm. And I always kind of scratch my head when people always say, well, I'm so invested in Birmingham. I'm throw this thing out. I'm so invested in Birmingham. I'm so invested in the Birmingham school system, but I won't bring my own kids to the Birmingham school system. Mm-hmm. And to me, I feel like that's so backwards, because it's like, if it was good for you, it should be good for them.
But now that's a great conversation. Now, I guess speaking toward that, I think
a lot of people say they invest in Birmingham, but they live over the mountain and their kids go to another school. But then they say they invest in Birmingham.
All right, so let me ask you this, and it's just for debate purposes.
Yeah.
What if they own a business in Birmingham and stay in the outskirts? Would that be still considered investing in Birmingham if you pay tax dollars here?
Well, that's an outlaw. I give them credit.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I give them credit for that.
Now, Sam, what you think about that? Because I think that's a great one. A lot of people talk about people staying in and out the city. But like me, I reside in East Lake Estates, down the street from the Conoco and Wings and things. But
they still call it the Bay.
Yeah, that's the Bay. Yeah. We got the little Bay and the history of the Bays, but we got the Bay. East Lake Park, what up? Stand up and fish, nigga. But yeah, I think that's an interesting conversation because I think everybody's hood experience is different. Mm-hmm. Like me, I like my little house, even though I got broke in 1,117 times. It's all good. But, you know what I'm saying? I think that some people experience is bad enough to make them say, I want better.
Okay.
And even though the want better means different things to different people.
Okay.
You know, I know when people say move out, they can't say nothing, they ain't got to invest it, but it's almost like if you got an area that's been intentionally made poverty-stricken, and you get a person with a couple dollars, the mindset is not going to allow them to stay there.
Yeah.
Because they're going to see something different. And then who wouldn't want what they say, quote-unquote, better for their children? And then some of them come back. But, you know, I think that's a combination of the people and the government. Because an impoverished area and you run around making 100 bands a year, it ain't too much more you finna put up with before you decide to say, you know what, man, it's like a regular ass car and having access to buy another car. You're gonna probably do that.
Well, I think you can still, not to cut you off, I think you can still stay in your area and stay on the outside of your area and still, work from outside because that's what we almost then become accustomed to. People get a little money. They normally choose to move to the outside of it. Don't get me wrong, I commend a person that stay here, work here, or stay here, own a business here too. But I look at it like this: when we moving, we got to think of some of the reasons why we say we moving. Yeah. Because not always be so hung up on what the hood is. Because look what's happening right now up on our nose. You waking up and looking next door, the demographic, the chain next door.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Bennie, keep bringing that white cup. Yeah. You know the concoction too, along with it. Yeah. And the other thing,
the chain, man,
and that too. Yeah. This is such a relaxing podcast. We just saying this.
Just easing off.
So what make it so comfortable for them to move back? And they all right with moving back and painting the house and calling to sit out to fix the sidewalks and of course they responding.
Yeah, because they got something going now talking about a dummy campaign for trash. People in Birmingham now, we just dump it anywhere and keep it moving. So now they're gonna put a fine on it.
Oh yeah, they're gonna pay $500 starting out.
But you gotta think about it. Like Robert Walker always say, that's already policy.
Yeah,
I think every governor, mayor, president, neighborhood president, they got to have some tagline behind them. Like, you remember there, you know what I'm saying? They had the drill program. You had this person with this person with that. Those things, I think, just try to solidify some of the moves that they're making as a government official. Because it's already been policy. It's been no dumping signs forever. Yeah. Shout out to my pop that used to hang half of the trash off the truck and pull on fast and all shit, fall off, then we get pulled over. He be like, what? No. But no, I'm just talking about it. Yeah. But I think, too, going back to speaking about this community thing, man, you said something earlier when we were speaking about the Civic Center stuff, right? A lot of this stuff is a coordinated effort. Because you think about it, ain't nobody just up and just came in the neighborhood and said, oh, boom, everybody at the same time bought them houses. That's a coordinated effort. Then I'm going to speak to this, too, as far as with what people call gentrification. Okay. When a lot of us moved out of projects, shotgun houses and shit, and we moved to these Woodlawns, East Lake and all that, a lot of these people were renters. So some people rented for years and years and years and years and years. So if grandparents left these houses down to whether it was black or white, you still got the option to do whatever you want to do with that property at some point. So a lot of it I don't think is as serious as we make it. I think a lot of it is based on perspective of what we've seen, because there's a lot of black people own houses around here too. Yeah. Some of them just don't have the finance to invest, or they don't know about the programs where these areas starting to change and they got budgets to reface their homes because they building new homes around it, like over on Georgia Road. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them houses got house grants to be able to reface their home.
Well, I'll tell you this, a lot of times I put a lot of stuff out, in the community that normally I go search. You know, like if you go on my page, just a little bit of everything I be posting all the time. I'll go intentionally, and that's what I love about the podcast. Now I may, searching people out, and if I can send people some information that they didn't know, that and that person called, it can help. So I really definitely feel like the biggest challenge for Birmingham is going to keeping everybody informed of the changes and who the players are behind this. And a lot of times, you may have that, what they call, like W.E. Du Bois said, the talented tenth. They want to keep it all to themselves, and I feel like that's unfair because the other 90% going to have to benefit from the 10% of what they do.
Do you think that the 10% really don't want to share it, or you just ain't in their network? Because think about this. Let's just imagine for a second. You, Sam, myself, we started this thing. We asked people to join along when we was coming up, and nobody was interested. We get up, and now we $10-20 million strong. We ain't looking for nobody at this point. We dealing with people who can bring something to the table that we have. And I think stuff like that, people get left out, not intentionally. It's just because you just ain't a part of the network.
But I think the problem with that is, like I tell people, is that if you got the same circle of folks 10 years later, I feel like it's something wrong, because I feel like as you get older in life, your circle needs to change and grow, because it may be different people to bring you different perspectives and different outlook on things.
That's true. But
your thinking stay the same.
But this is perspective too. You ever seen a team go win 3 championships back to back? Why they stay together? Because of the chemistry. So I think the same thing can apply in business. Like me and this gentleman here, we've been co-workers for a decade plus one. You know what I'm saying? We can switch it up week in, week out, year in, year out, and feel like we can advance. But we also can advance together because we might have found a chemistry that works between us. So that's why I'm saying that's just a perspective. A lot of people always say, "Oh man, they ain't messing with nobody, But don't even go over to a white business, right?
Ain't no work for everybody the same.
You hear people say, "Oh man, they wrong. They promoted his nephew and this and that." But if you think about it, why wouldn't I? If it's your business, you got nieces and nephews, you're gonna go to the people who you can trust first, or the people you feel like, well, that's Jimmy's boy. Shit, I'm studying Jarvis' boy. I'm all the damn players' boy. I have more of a connection with them. So I think that sometimes we look too far into what other people doing, not realizing that we'll probably do the same shit. We just got to get our network tighter and actually start making, like you said, make it move. Because the Eagles, they ain't just running with no chicken hawks and shit. They looked and found other Eagles.
Well, but I think the thing about me is like, I guess as I've gotten older, it's like I don't mind networking, connecting with everybody, because I feel like it brings different, like you said, fresh perspectives that you normally may not have, and then you may be privy and may find out more information, look at things from a different outlook that you normally with your own circle of people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in life, you never know who you're going to need in this world.
That's true.
The person that might be the janitor might be CEO 5 years later.
True.
And what they're going to remember is how you treated them. So I always try to treat everybody. I don't, if anybody ever call me, I give you my phone number, 205-527-0416. Now, if you call that other number, 205-538-450, that's the money number. So you call that number, I'm being that money frame of mind. But if you call the 527 number, I'm going to text you, be like, what's going on?
Well, Jarvis, now, come on now, let's be fair. You been the money frame man all the time. I remember one day I was talking to Jarvis. So I was like, Jarvis, what I'm owe you? And he told me the price. While we on the phone, I hear my phone going, clean. That shit adding up. Well, I'm like, God damn, Jarvis.
Do your boy change when you're in the money frame of mind?
No, it don't change when you're money.
Boy change on my phone.
I love that PayPal and that Cash App, though.
That Cash App.
I love that PayPal and that Cash App. I ain't made that mistake in, accidentally sent somebody some money on some Cash App. I ain't done that yet. A lot of folks be messing around with that. They hit that wrong button. No, I don't do that. But, I'm the type of person where, and that's probably my weakness is that if somebody call me, I'm going to have you full, I'm not going to have you hungry. I'm going to sit and I'm going to tell you, basically in my mind, be like, hey, this is what you're going to do. Now, I might be the same person, be like, look, I'm telling you this, I ain't got time to execute it. This is the idea. Like I always tell people, I know I give people lots of ideas. And I don't care if they go run with it. They're not going to do it like I do it because, one, I be lazy and I don't have time to execute and do different stuff. But it's like, if I can light like a spark or light some of your mind to get you to do it, it'll come back to me, blessing and karma. So I don't mind helping anybody, even if somebody want to start and do what I'm doing. I recommend you don't do it. Like my next life, I want to sell a physical product. This advertising stuff is no game. Why y'all think we doing this podcast and stuff right here? Because this is what this stuff is heading towards. I wish I would have got in the YouTube program maybe like 5 years ago. I see.
Ain't too late though, John.
It ain't too late. And shouts out to Vlad TV because he be killing it. I mean, Breakfast Club, all of them, Drink Champs. I feel like this is my part of Drink Champs. I get on Drink Champs one day, but I feel like I'm on Drink Champs.
We like a third screen Drink Champs.
Smoke
we
champ.
got cups sitting in there. Yeah, we smoke.
Yeah, y'all know.
Yeah, now Jarvis right, he's a great guy. He don't do it, but we'll do it for him. So we'll do it for him.
So look, it's very relaxed, and I just want it to be something. I tell people about about me, about the podcast, about what's happening in Birmingham. Is that it's something where people can feel like it's something for everybody. Big misconception people make about a lot of times about my brand is, and I say because we straight up a podcast, because they see I'm black, they feel all I do is black people. But most of these people that's watching right now are probably of the other color or a different race.
I don't know now. You got a bunch of colors on it.
I know everybody tuning in right now. And I don't know what the comments is. I'm waiting on my text message.
But good thing
right before he went to UAB.
Oh yeah. See, I graduated from LSU, Lawson State University.
Lawson State.
Yeah. When I ain't graduated, I went for a year, but I'm gonna come back and I want to be an honorary like y'all do them Kappas and them Omegas and shit. I'll be back. Be not from that.
You know what I do love though? I do love. It used to be a commercial on TV. It called Bessemer State Tech. You know that? They had a thing flip. I think I got bought by Lawson, didn't
Oh, yeah. LSU bought them.
They did? Okay. Yeah. I used to love that. Bessemer State Tech.
They expanded their campus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I also, Bessemer's on the rise, too, because I just interviewed Mayor Gully. Shouts out Mayor King Gully. They're a great series on the podcast about, it's still running. Still running, okay.
We got the best electricity in the world.
I know, the lights everywhere.
Okay,
so they're a great series on Bessemer. So I'm doing a series this year. I'm going around to all the local mayors. I reached out to the Mayor Hoover. He's coming up next, hopefully. I'm going to get to Midfield, Homewood, Fultondale, everywhere. So I'm interviewing all the local mayors to find out what's going on in their cities and things like that. Next month, I'm going to do like a Black History program. I don't know how I'm going to figure this thing out, but a Black History program where I'm interviewing people in the community. That is, how I like to say in so many words. Just names, you see the familiar names around town. But I'm going to interview people that are, like, for example, throw out a couple names. I'm trying to think in my head. But names people not used to seeing. So that's going to be the subject of my podcast next month.
Other people are significant that they might not know.
Yeah, no. So it'll be real fun. So that's my goal to kind of get out, with the podcast, next year.
You said something earlier about the success in the city could be due to proper network. And I was wondering what is network? I think a lot of people got a lot of different definitions on what networking really is. Is it just knowing a motherfucker, or is it?
Well, my
use that motherfucker too.
Well, my definition of networking, man, I think would be you actually linking up with people like Jarvis said that you never met. And y'all sit around, y'all talk over a drink, over some reefer, over some cocaine, whatever your choice.
Oh, Lord.
That's real shit.
That might get the job.
We ain't gonna win.
Well, if you tune in live to my channel right now, boy, got a lot going on right now.
What I'm saying
how many people viewing that right now? I'm just curious. How many people been viewing it?
How many of them on cocaine?
And what I'm saying, like you said. So, like what I'm saying is, when them folks get together, they gonna do whatever their choice is, and they gonna discuss the things that interest them, and therefore they come to money talk.
Okay.
So I had to name those things because everybody do everything. They ain't gonna leave nobody out and shit. But yeah, I think that's sitting around with a person that, you know, y'all may sync up in the conversation. The next thing you know, it's like, hey, oh, so you do properties? Next thing you know, y'all link up, y'all put y'all money together, y'all move forward. Based off the ideology and the connection y'all have when y'all was communicating.
You know some of the best conversations I've had with people about business?
Barbershop Story Podcast, episode 28. What? Who?
Yes.
I'm gonna make sure.
Well, this is a podcast. We getting refreshingly honest. You can have some very enlightening conversations in the strip club.
How?
Monday night Empire.
People loose.
But
You
they
in their element.
Everything
You
you
sitting
want.
there with somebody naked. Who finna lie?
Everything you
What
want
the
is
fuck is
right
lying?
No, but you know something? I was talking with a friend like a couple months ago. He said before he do business with somebody, he take them in the strip club.
See how they act.
See how they act. See if they willing to get loose. Because if they uptight in the strip club, you know it's one thing. So I thought about that. He was like, yeah, man, before I hang out with somebody, do business with somebody, I'm going to take them to the strip club to kind of see what they're all about. And, you know, that's interesting. I like to call it interesting.
You see the strip. What? Let me ask you this: is you going to the strip club or you going to the butt naked house? It's a different now.
Strip club.
Okay. If you go to the butt naked house, that's a whole different breed of individual. That
Whole different breed of individual.
Yeah, coming out that butt nigga.
The butt nigga house. Do they still got that in Birmingham?
We can never really.
We're not going to say names for that location, Birmingham.
Locations.
We're not going to say it.
If you wanted to continue.
Yeah. Make sure you hit up Eugene Henry Jr. III at 205-923-1922, and he got all the locations of the butt nigga house within a 25-mile radius. Now back to you,
But
Jarvis.
that's understandable though, man. Hey, you get a person always in that zone, cause I believe they even when dating, man, you gotta take them all in every atmosphere, goddamn, and see what the fuck they is. You might not want to take a motherfucker know where they gonna get shot at or no shit like that. We all gonna be running
that. I don't want that.
But you know, hey, go to the club, go out to eat, go to a house party, go to a motherfucking concert, see who a motherfucker really is. Put a couple drinks in the motherfucker life. That's whether you're dating or on a business, you know, big time business deal. Cause you know, I think we only mistaken that sometimes that everything done in the office with a suit on.
Yeah.
You know, that's just where they sign all the goddamn papers they use.
Well, I'm going to say this too, because we just have a refreshing conversation. Ladies, beware of the empty suit mentality. Guys, beware of that too. There's a lot of dudes walking around here with empty suits and they ain't got no substance behind it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. So
you know,
speak to the empty suit.
The empty suit, like in my years in business, there's a lot of people that came and they got empty suits and then they ain't got the juice. And what I mean got the juice is you meet them out here, they claim they got this position, you call them on Monday, they can't pick up the phone. The question I like to ask somebody, do you have budgetary authority? When I mean budgetary authority, I mean, can you sign full budgets? If they got to go to someone else to get the budget done, just tell me about that. You know, a lot of these folks walk around here acting like they got the juice, they ain't got the juice. You know, that's one thing I used to love about parties when I was throwing parties, was that, all these people walk around and say they making $8,000, $100,000. They call my phone, somebody, can they be a plus one? A plus one, I mean?
Won't get enough free.
Well, not about, but do say you have not because you ask.
Plus one.
Yeah,
y'all
just
you have not because you ask not.
They won't get enough free.
They just ask thee.
Yeah, they asked me. So my thing, I always look at people and I be like, you know, people walk around with I respect the blue collar man sometimes more than the white collar man. You know, I believe that some men I always say this too. If a man gotta tell you what he got within the first 5 minutes, he ain't really got a lot.
Well, let me ask you this. Now remember now, it's all from perspective.
Okay.
Do you think people wear suits because that's been the image portrayed to them of what success looks like? Because think about this.
You're gonna be a perception.
How many times a person done whipped up with some dreads or some gold teeth or just comfortable and people judged them and felt like they didn't have shit. So some people, when they wear suits, man, I think that it's the image that's been portrayed as is that good suit, good person, about business. Because you remember now, George Bush wore suits now.
Killing
Trump
niggas ass every right.
Now, Trump wore
Well, I
suits
mean,
now.
but then the thing,
Super jealousy.
but I would say this too. I mean, a lot of times is that my thing is like when it comes to the suit, it's just like I just feel like the man makes the suit, not the suit makes the man.
Well, it's supposed to be that way, but you know, perception moves a lot of people, man.
Yeah, they move a lot of perception. Because I'll be honest, if you see me in a suit, it's big money time. Like, I'm coming in.
I don't know, Jarvis. Now, that picture we got on you that's circling on the internet, you got that suit, that whole right hand.
They wrote. Oh, they wrote.
You got that whole right
I
hand.
know, I got my pastor suit on, like I'm about to preach a
Whole
repay.
right hand, Jarvis.
I sent you, I did it, you know, the what they call it, the funeral starts at 11 o'clock, and then we're going to hit Zion Memorial about 2 o'clock, and then we'll go back to First Baptist Church, I ain't going to say the name of the church, and we're going to feed the first 75 family members with that repast macaroni and cheese.
You had on one of them suits, Jarvis.
Huh.
You had on one of them suits. And then the kid part, he sent it to me twice, so that let me know that what you want.
Oh, that was a high-res one. Because I took that one, right? I took that picture.
Then Jarvis took it.
So that was the best one.
I took it like if I run for office one day, I can put that thing on the billboard, and that's it.
Oh, yeah. You took it sideways.
It's good. It's good to go. It's good to go. It's good to go. I just gotta straight the neck a little bit, but it's gonna be all right. If the neck straight too much, y'all gonna think I'm on something. But
Well, let me ask you this, John. Let me ask you this about. I know you were saying about you teach social media classes. Now, social media, that's a wide range. You got Facebook, the Facebook, the Instagram, the YouTube, the LinkedIn. You got all of those. When you do all that, bring on. Roll that beautiful bean footage. But
oh God, I don't know what this. How's that like? How many people are tuning in? Just tell me how many people. There's a lot of people still tuning in.
Yeah. So they tuning in. But so far,
I mean, at least 20 people or something.
So far as with what they call it, with your social media classes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you teach them about that? Do you teach them about social media safety, or do you teach them how to work it effectively as far as with what they're doing?
Effectively with their business. Like a lot of my classes and people sign up, it's very impromptu, because a lot of times I take it like open up the trunk approach, like you fits in the car. And basically I use it in that perspective because a lot of times I used to do PowerPoints. And I can't go off of PowerPoint. Like, I just walk in and say, okay, this is how you do the Facebook. This is how you do the Instagram. Mm-hmm. This is how, and I walk it from that way. But I always tell people the most important social media networks now is Google. Google's number one. Mm-hmm. You're going to use Google at some point in your life. You can log off of Facebook. You can log off of Instagram. You're going to have to use Google. Mm-hmm. Google and YouTube. 1 billion people on Google and YouTube every day.
That's what I said about everybody talking about an iPhone and an Android.
No.
Got Google.
Google is most important. So businesses, Google My Business is probably the most important thing right now because, if you post content on Google My Business, that's going to increase your visibility. Mm-hmm. So because when people are seriously thinking about spending money with you, they're going to go to Google first. They're going to search you. They're going to research you. They're going to research me on Google, things. So I always tell people, do that first, then work on the next network. And then the most important thing, too, about social media is you got to be able to tell a story. Like we're telling a story right now. Mm-hmm. Basically telling a story about your business and doing it like that. Mm-hmm. One of the things I want to warn businesses about, too, is that, I keep going back to, like, what you put in is what you put out. Mm-hmm. If you spend $5 on an ad, you're going to get $5 results back. But the most important thing now, I would say probably on Facebook, is probably building groups. Mm-hmm. Facebook groups that, like shots out where they at, Birmingham, WTAT. Mm-hmm. They 100K strong.
Where they at, though?
Yeah, they are the strongest group in Facebook. Yeah. If you want to find out what is going on in real time, shots out Jonathan Kroom. He's doing the things, 100,000 members. Mm-hmm. Groups are where they at on Facebook.
Hey, check on your phone. There's a nigga stopped at the traffic light with his traffic lights on.
Yeah.
Check on your phone. There's a nigga walking down First Avenue, no shirt on, his cold. Check on your phone. Them boys put everything. Check on.
Yeah, they put everything out. So
check on your phone.
That is the key going forward. Groups. The more groups that you can be a part of on Facebook, the better. Mm-hmm. Because if you got
know you're coming.
Yeah, you definitely gotta know they're coming. So you gotta have more groups on there because if you're not with groups, it's not going to really make make much of a difference.
So when you say you teach these classes, do you do it because Jarvis just want to see the average man or woman make it, or do you have a class on a certain day and you have a fee to be able to put that game on, as you know?
Oh man, I do it anytime, every day but Sunday, because Sunday you're supposed to rest. That's what the Lord said.
Sunday supposed to rest.
Sunday supposed
Thought
to
it was
rest.
Saturday.
Oh, okay. I grew up in a sanctified church.
Oh, Sunday. Okay. Right. We just wanted to make sure, man. We just wanted to make sure.
Shouts out to my church, Calvary Resurrection Christian Church, my pastor George Matthews. I grew up
George, your pastor.
Yeah, Pastor
George
George.
owe me $10 too. You got to George, right here on fire. I'm gonna ask John to give it to you. Give it back. To
I
John.
grew up in a Church of God in Christ church where we show up and we might shout for about 2 or 3 hours.
Well, I would have never visited your church or would have.
We're going to speak in tongues.
Oh, so y'all showing up.
We're going to do Sunday school.
Y'all showing up.
We might do usher boy appreciation, pastor appreciation. Somebody's going to be appreciation.
You know how to speak in tongues?
I speak in tongues before. It's powerful. It's really powerful.
I said you know how to do it.
Well, I mean, I can do it. The Lord kind of called me to do it, but you know, sometimes you
Hold
can't.
on. So, hold on.
I ain't speaking tongues. We've been doing all
No,
this.
we don't We just trying.
Speaking to him, man.
I just want to know that you know how to do it. I ain't have to hear you do it. I already know I ain't.
Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you just don't know what to pray for, and God will give you the urge to what to pray for. And like they said, the belly is flow rivers of living water, and it flows out to you, and God tells you what's going on in the world.
So he just chose y'all to tell y'all.
Yeah, and the thing goes on. No, it's a very interesting experience because
we got to speed it now. We know we brought
So
you
that
up
when
to
it-
talk about y'all. We got to hear about that.
God just told me to ask him, told him to give me $100. I feel it. That ain't
Right
my
now.
tongue. That ain't me.
Right now.
well, I ain't got it.
Prophetic. He just
No, he said, Lord, I ain't got it.
But the Lord will help you provide.
You
Jehovah
He
Jireh.
told me to tell you that.
Jehovah Jireh. So I grew up in a Church of God in Christ church. Best experience of my life.
You're not pleased with this.
I know the word, I know the scriptures, all that. You know, and that's a basis of who I am too, because it's like I believe that, you know, I get this this feeling and, you know, read people and things like that. So, you know, that, you know, when it comes to, you know, prayer and spirit and spirituality and vision, like one thing like the Bible says, you know, write the vision, make it plain, Habakkuk 2 and 3. You know, just got to have goal and a revelation in your life.
That was a Habakkuk.
Habakkuk.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you spoke to that.
Now, if I started a church, you know what I started my new name of my church?
What that?
Prosperity Unlimited.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you're going to be balling. You're going to be one of the
Every Sunday, we making everybody debt free.
Oh, yeah?
Prosperity unlimited.
Prosperity Unlimited.
That's a fine name, though.
How you doing that? How you doing that?
Oh man, we paying debts off.
I'm saying, I ain't saying what you doing. I said how you doing.
How you doing? No, just teaching people. You know, I think like what the Bible say, God don't want people to be poor. You know, you just have to teach people to. I feel like a lot of times we're under financial bondage.
Now, the Bible also said the poor will always be among us, too.
Yeah, they will be always be
Did
among
not
us.
say make them poor though. We always talk about the 10% in church. Nobody never say nothing about the 90.
But you know that was under the old covenant. No, people have gotten that.
Now my 90,
No,
we poor here.
people have gotten the 10%. Anybody still tuning into the podcast right now? We switched over to Church of Tithing now.
No, we talking to Jarvis Escott. What's happening in Birmingham?
Yeah, it was under the old covenant.
Barbershop Storage Podcast. I bet you
That was old 28.
It was, the old covenant, because the old covenant said they bring your meats and your animals. When Jesus died on the cross, we're under the new covenant right now. So wherever you give to God is what you want to give back in your heart. But I also did one on my podcast too, with my Pastor Matthews. Please check out that video too. We did on tithing as well. You know, please check that out on the podcast.
Hold on, John. But ain't that just a feeling though? Because you gotta remember now, you speaking to what you believe. But if a person believe opposite, would that make them wrong? And then you just said something about the Old and the New Testament, right? And you just going by the New, right?
You're going to the new covenant.
But ain't the 10 Commandments in the Old?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm just curious now. Now, so that means the 10 Commandments,
That's out the woman.
that don't matter, that's out the 1 to 2?
No, I mean, we still follow that. I mean,
Wow. You just said, now we ain't gonna turn to religion, but you know, we got Jarvis Escott, what's happening in Birmingham. Now back to you, Jarvis. Now,
well, y'all come to my church on Sunday too. Come worship with me.
so
This is
think
the
about it.
Jarvis.
Huh?
I'm a little nervous,
You
Jarvis.
come at 11 o'clock. It's
I
great.
think you gonna be charging 12%.
No, I ain't not hitting your hands out. I ain't got 18. I ain't got 8%.
now?
That's when I started Prosperity
Charge
Unlimited.
12.
Now, look, that's when I started Prosperity Unlimited. You know what people said a long time ago? They said, what's the difference between let's say a preacher, a pimp, and a party promoter? What's one common thing? They all take cash.
Yeah, they do.
Man,
They do.
I'm telling you.
That is
What's
on the
it?
come.
Sunday service ain't nothing but a great show. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? The choir, the band.
Well, I mean, you want to walk out, you want to be inspired. You know, you want to walk out and you got the word
You
in
don't
you
want
and
to be
everything.
tricked though.
Well, but see, I think a lot of times too, man.
We gotta get back to that old and that new too, right? Go ahead.
We can do another podcast on that.
No, we gotta
We're gonna bring the Bibles out on another podcast.
We don't get the answer about them. Go ahead now, Eugene.
No, he was elaborate.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, when you give and you tithe, that's a personal thing between you and God. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, I feel like in the Bible they say you need to be a cheerful giver. Mm-hmm. If you're not giving cheerfully, God's not going to take that. Mm-hmm. And
He never gave it back. I'd have been mad. He never gave it
He
back.
didn't say he was gonna take it. He said God loves a cheerful giver.
God loves a cheerful giver.
He didn't take it.
My question
King James
is,
Version
what are
time.
you giving? My question would be, what are you giving?
What
So
you
if I'm
give?
a cheerful giver, I ain't got to give you money.
Right.
I mean, a lot of times God wants
I
your
can
time.
cheerfully give
He
you
wants your
support.
resource.
Like you say, your time.
Correct.
How many of us go out here
Giving anything.
and do, you know,
You giving.
random acts of kindness? You know, like you do stuff. We don't post it on Facebook. We just do it. You know what I mean?
I believe you're supposed to give 10%, like my man said, of you. That's way better than any money I can give you. You know what I'm saying? Your car broke down. You ain't gonna want me to come and give you 10% of the 100 I made that week. You want me to push.
What if people in your church hurting, right? And they can get by with some of the money. Like if the offers that the people in the church make monetary can go to people who lights off and all that stuff in the church, right? See, your happiness and your time ain't gonna take the power bill to get that shit cut off.
I agree.
Yeah, go on.
I agree.
Well, my thing is, like you say,
So
you
you got
shouldn't
to have
give.
$100.
You shouldn't give, and you shouldn't give, and your lights are off
No,
the
I
next
ain't
day.
saying
Yeah.
if your lights off. I'm saying if I'm there and I done hit a bad spot.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I'm in a bad spot and I'm coming to the church asking, can they give me something? I say, well, I'll tell you what, man, I'm going to send Eugene over there and he going to stand outside and go get some candles for you or whatever. Nah, I need the lights on. My kid, he can't cook. The refrigerator don't work in there.
I'm gonna say why I feel about it. I used to be a deacon in my church, and they have
He was a deal.
they have what they call a benevolent fund. It's a savings account for the poor. Right?
That was the day.
But if you got a savings account for the poor, they say ain't no more poor. You can't save money if you owe niggas.
Yeah.
So how you got a savings account for the poor and it's poor?
I always,
Right?
I
Then you
always
come,
believe this. Yeah.
hold on. Then you come to get some of the money that's put up for you, and we might not give it to you. So I thought that was their money anyway. We can't save it until we through with it.
But speaking of what you're saying, a lot of people don't get the true history behind. And the true history of tithing is never taught. So when you're looking in the Bible and you're reading in the Bible, whenever a famine go down, where everybody going? They all going to Egypt. Because that's where they stored the grain and everything. You gave 10% for the famine. So if I got a mega church and I got 3,000 members, if I'm doing $10 on offering, we talking about $30,000 a Sunday. We ain't even got to tithe. So why my members ain't got 401ks? Why my members ain't got health care through the church? Why these things that where we, you know, how do you look at your congregation and ask them to buy you a jet? And people don't have their lives, everybody ain't got their life together on a financial situation. But that's what the tithing originally is for. You take 10% for the famine, and the clergy was supposed to get a tenth of the 10%. But it ain't never taught like that. So we got to get out of just reading the philosophy of religion and not understanding the history that's behind it as well.
You heard about saying you can't worry about what pastor got. You can't worry about.
But do we want a pastor walking around? Do we want a preacher looking polo?
What is
What
networking saying?
does that got to do with being called by God?
Huh?
Your perception, what was Jesus? Because this is my issue, and I get in a lot of discussion with pastors. This is my issue. If we're supposed to be Christ-like, and Jesus is the example, he's the exemplary. Nobody has lived a better life on earth than Jesus. Then why don't we pattern what we do step for step behind what he did? So what was Jesus' Maserati at? He walked everywhere he went.
Jesus didn't go to church in the Bible but 3 times.
But you got to also learn the definition of church.
We're doing it too much.
That's why he say
The church is here.
That's why he say, well,
Agreed.
people gather in my name, because the word church is that's a German word from the 15th century. It just
Yeah,
means
church
circle.
is here.
So,
Church is
but
at
2
the
or
top.
3 are gathered in my name, wherever you can make a circle at,
Guys here.
and put me in the midst of it, that's church.
We can have church right now.
Speaking back and tying this back into what you was talking about, Jarvis, I think a lot of our financial situations get misguided because we put our trust in the people that we exalt, and we're saying that they have our best interests at hand, but they're not teaching that financial literacy in church. The stuff that you're doing, that you're talking about, why they ain't taught in our churches? You know,
When is networking Sunday?
I don't know, bro. I ain't heard that.
Man, I go to the church. I go
Hey,
to.
we ain't gonna open that church, y'all.
Prosperity Unlimited.
Prosperity Unlimited.
LLC.
I'm gonna come
Yeah,
support you. I just
see.
need you to
Swipe
do
your
it.
card.
Hey,
I'm gonna
We
come
ain't
tie
on you.
with you good.
Paying
I
off
need
debt
you to do
every
right.
Sunday.
paying off debt every
Debt
Sunday.
free.
I'm signing.
We're gonna be on a 3-year run though.
Hey,
What you gonna
And
go?
we not
Huh?
What happened after 3 years?
I don't know. It might, 3 years. We're going to 3-year run.
I placed it on your heart already. Before the church opened, it can't last for 3 years.
No, but if I do go that route, I'm not saying preaching or anything like that. I just believe that, debt is the biggest trap a lot of people are. It's the biggest bondage that people are.
Ignorant, yeah.
Most of people's mental health problems sometimes, or problems they dealing with in life, is money. If we can remove money and, like you said, teach people how to be financially educated and responsible, eliminate most of the problem. But I ain't.
But you got some people live by that motto: live each day like it's your last.
Oh, geez.
Cause for real, I don't
They say YOLO.
It's going down.
Yeah, you only live once. So you got some people, man. They feel like money's not that important to me because one thing, God make a few promises to you too. If you working, you gonna eat.
Can I say something too? Why it just came on my heart. Y'all get some life insurance too. Please go out here and get some life insurance. Don't leave it to your family to bury you and everything. Shouts out. I got one client to shout out. Shout out to my church member. I was in my church member. Church member friend Leah Wiggins, Farmers Insurance. Give her a call. She
Tell Leah to cash out $25 for that plug. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So, I'm trying to remember that phone number. I gotta Google that phone number. But y'all go ahead and get some life insurance for real, man, because it's like, we got to build generational wealth. Shouts out to my boy Taz too. Taz Whittle. He did a podcast and we look at that one today. That's good. Y'all have to go out here and get generational wealth because you gotta look beyond yourself. What's going on with you and things like that. So
You said something with the insurance. You know how many black people cannot afford to die.
Yeah, but it's funny you said that.
it's white people can't afford to die either.
But see, I know a lot of people. They speak to saying get his insurance.
Asian people, Indian people,
and all these things that are great to have, and I agree with that 100%. But we also talked about all this poverty and what people can't take care of basic needs. So if you can't take care of basic needs, $40, $50 a month, even though a lot of people say it ain't nothing, but you gotta remember a lot of people don't have $40, $50. Or if they do have it, they ain't gonna spend their last on some insurance because death is almost like really not a problem.
Well, you gotta take it. You gotta take it.
For real, it's not a problem.
But you can go
Person
do.
that now
looking at it like,
But you can.
For real, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it right now, but I can see too why a person be like, man, I ain't studying that shit. I just did eat today. I just called a ride to the
I mean,
house.
you can do burial. I think the biggest thing too is like, excuse me, the most powerful thing in this world is your mindset. If you change your mindset, that starts the catalyst for change for anything else in your life.
I agree. I think you can change your mindset, Jarvis, but you know, and I ain't no excuse maker. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this though: it's reasons for why people can't do it, man. You know, like when you go to thinking about drugs and extreme poverty and a bunch of personal issues that happen in people's life, it just ain't even in their diaspora on doing certain things because
Everybody gonna get that at the same time.
it almost seems impossible.
Yeah.
You know, and that's for white or black, you know, but we're speaking to the black because, you know, that's what it is, that's what we are. So, you know, a lot of those situations, man, they are very tedious situations. Because that insurance, I'm telling you, you don't think about it till it happens. Now, you got to be a very responsible person, kind of got around the curve a little bit, been exposed to a few more things in your life to say, bro, that insurance is important.
No, it's important.
Or you don't have to pay or put it on the front of it. But without that happening to you, most people can't see just giving this person $40, $50, $60, $80 a month, whatever policy that you got, just in case something happens.
Yeah, I
Just
think
like
a lot of
health
times too.
insurance, Just like
If they need to.
if car insurance wasn't legal, 90% of the folk around here wouldn't have it.
Well, I would tell people this too, man.
For real.
In this,
And a lot of them
in this
still
state,
don't.
I was like,
Because of the cost.
You ain't gonna make me buy
well, but I would say this.
That's a hell of a cost.
Till they whoop.
Yeah.
I paid them the 4 racks. I keep insurance at 16.
But I'm saying this day and age too. Let's go. You know, we didn't talk about life insurance. Let's talk about health insurance. That, you know, thanks to Obamacare, you know, insurance is relatively very inexpensive. That all you gotta do is go on the marketplace.
But hold on,
Get-
hold on. I got to interject. When you say relatively inexpensive, but you got to think about to who. Because see, you gotta remember now, Java don't make no $7 an hour.
Yeah.
So it's inexpensive to you, maybe inexpensive to me. Well, it's expensive to me, my broke ass. But it may be to different people. But when you go to thinking about it, can you say that to a person who on a fixed income? And I ain't saying that you picking or nothing, you know, just
Yeah, I
picking.
agree.
But when you think about it, because I think a lot of people get past and go to saying, oh, it's inexpensive, but to who?
Then
You know what I'm saying?
on some of those cheaper packages, hell, go look at the deductibles on
Yeah, I was
them.
just finna say, Sam.
The
You know,
deductibles high
if
in
you
the
pay
summer.
$20 a month and you got a $20,000 deductible,
Yeah, your ass gonna
That
die
don't
before
mean
you
nothing.
goddamn get that money.
Tell me.
I promise.
Yeah.
If you ain't already got it.
Now, can I do a little shameless plug for my podcast? If you go on my podcast, I've done a couple of interviews with Dr. Michael Bivens, Roger Sanders of Alabama, on prostate cancer, Dr. Brian Christine on erectile dysfunction. Fellas, check that out. That's a very good video.
AKA overcooked noodles.
Overcooked noodles.
Yeah.
You know, he says it's a couple's disease.
Ramen.
It's a couple's disease.
I think women give it to men.
What that?
After you don't get some for so long, you got to
Well, it's wide range
be like,
podcast
Don't,
now.
don't like her. You train your dick to do that, you don't know how to do it the other way.
They say don't get
So-
it.
Shake your dick.
It's
Kill your
something-
damn
But then we got another one called urinary incontinence, BPH,
R.I.P.
where you go when you go to the bathroom and you think you got it out, but it's still there, and it's like it's dribbling. So when I did that interview, right, on that podcast, it kind of messed with me for a few weeks because I wake up in the middle of the night, had to use the bathroom. I was like, oh Lord.
I got it.
So, but no, my health videos have been very good. So I also shouts out
Yeah,
Dr. Jamie Bell, because I did an interview with Dr. Cree.
Man.
Jamie Bell, Dr. Cree Johnson. She has her
What
own,
up, Cree?
Dr. Cree got her own medical facility in Trustville. Y'all come check it out, Dr. Cree.
So you had about $125 now, John. But go ahead.
Okay. And they didn't tell me shoot 'em out tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And last one, I got Benita Jenkins. Y'all have child support issues. My sister Benita Jenkins.
Now say her number out loud.
205-768-1234.
One more time.
205-768-1234.
I am texting you.
Bonita. What up, Bonita?
For child support issues. But I love all my clients. I love being on here tonight because it's just like, this is Jarvis. You know, You know, wherever you want to see, what you see is what you get. It's like I'm hanging with my friends. We talking, you know. But
great guy.
You hanging loose on here than you do on your own podcast because you ain't got to run. You ain't got to be the master of ceremony.
Yeah, be master of ceremony. Now, one of my fun podcasts where I had Dr. Samantha Hill coming up this month is National Condom Week.
Oh, AKA Roberts.
Yeah, National Condom Week.
So we supposed to not hear bro that week.
Well, no, not do that. But it's a very interesting video that one of the things in the video, if y'all go back and y'all check out the podcast, is I had to put on the condom. And 90% of men don't know how to put on condoms.
What you
correctly.
You say you had to put it on. I know it ain't nothing explicit because I know you're a great guy. Yeah, that suit coat on and shit. So
I did.
y'all had, like the doctor, she brought like a banana or some shit.
Yeah, I had to put it on. You had to put it on. Yeah.
Damn.
It's very. Go back and check down the podcast. That
What's
was
the percentage of men you said is on?
majority of men do not know
I
how to put
will
on.
say, I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
It was one of the 90%.
like
I thought your
conspiracy.
balls went there too. I didn't know. Nobody told me. I'm glad I practiced before I went over there, guys. I could have changed tonight.
No, one of the questions I asked
I
was,
thought your balls
and
were like this.
this may be
This
fun.
ain't right,
This
guys.
may be crazy. If it falls off, don't put it back on.
I think he right.
But-
I keep trying that.
But hold on, but I'm
And you
trying
got the same
Nah, I ain't the smartest guy in the world.
And most guys do
If that
not
don't
know
fall off,
their right size.
if it fall off. Well, I'm gonna tell you that though, John. Now we some honest guys now. A guy, one thing about ain't no guy around that motherfucker stupid. If he want to find out the size of
Everybody gonna magnum up.
If they want to find out the size of their ping pong, what they have to do is what they say. They ask the lady to go pick them up some rubbers. She's gonna buy them based on what she done viewed. So if she showed with some clinic rubber, them Durex, them hold look like pinky finger.
Super thin.
But everybody's not magnums. Everybody's not
Well, that's what I'm saying. The
Everybody
woman,
get
if you
mine.
ask her to bring them,
Everybody get them.
and she asks you this dumb ass question, what size you need? If she done seen it before, she already got in her head where she been pick your ass up. She already know where she been to put it. You know what I'm saying? She know.
I'll be real. I went over girl house. I ain't had.
She showed her them little bit ass rubber. That's what she thinking.
I did not have no condom over the girl house. She was like, "Oh, go on, get in the drawer. I got something in there." She had number Madam. I said, "Well, baby, I'll come back next time. I don't even like those.
Said them whole
I'm
fit
allergic
like
to Maggie.
them whole fit like bubble
I'm
coat.
allergic because I can feel them.
They don't feel like bubble coat, dude.
I know they need drawstrings in them damn Maggie.
Anybody still tuning in on Facebook Live right now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They still on? Oh, God.
I got a couple on the watch party back here.
There you go.
So, all right, so again, we don't want to get too far. It's whatever. We know.
No,
what
no,
you
we
do,
just
but it's-
no, we having a good time
Yeah,
conversation.
it's
You know.
So, I guess, so it won't be too long. I got to go to V949, Home Team Morning Show in the morning.
Chris
6 a.m.,
Coleman, Lil
6
Homie,
a.m.
Miss V,
That's right. That's
Bennie
right.
Mac. Shouts out Courtney
That's right.
French.
Y'all make sure y'all tune in, though. Make sure y'all tune in. But,
And buy some advertisement on V94.9. Please buy it. Please buy it.
This joker will
Do
say
that.
something.
Please
that.
buy
He
it.
gonna say something.
do that.
It is home. He is located here, Courtney French. He
Live local lit.
100% own the business. Support my brother. Tell Courtney I shout him out on this later night too.
Oh, yeah. See.
Courtney, I love you, brother. Support you. As I'm shouting you out. Chris Coleman, y'all, Lil Homie, everybody. Call Tracy. I wish I knew Tracy's phone number right now. I don't know if Tracy want to give her the cell phone number to do advertising.
Oh, yeah. Just tell them to come stop by the station.
Yeah, come by the station. Come to
Inslee.
Inslee. Come to Inslee. Don't be scared. Come to Inslee. Come by Cross Place.
Oh, yeah.
But it's those type of things, like what we sitting here and we talking about tonight, that Birmingham need to continue to stay informed. Like what we were just sitting here talking about the sex talk. Birmingham has one of the highest rates of STDs here in town, in Montgomery.
Yeah, I think that's by design too. We can go on that one on another topic. But when they did their syphilis program, I don't think people realized that wasn't the only disease that they were trying out. Yeah. And then too, if you think about some of those people that had that for years and years and years, you gotta remember them niggas was moved and slayed in other places. Yeah. So when I was in Nashville one time, they had billboards saying the same thing. But all the billboards I seen was throughout the South.
Yeah.
That ain't no coincidence. But that's for another episode. You know, people still got to be careful, you know. But at the same time, it ain't just up that everybody's just that irresponsible. I think some folks might have been carriers. But that's just based off my assumption. I'm not a doctor on Wednesdays. Catch me on Thursday and do the game. But yeah, another topic. But well, I guess this job, so we won't just waste up too much more.
I'm having a good time.
I ain't having that.
We ran out of refreshments though.
I gotta go sleep now. I gotta go sleep.
We ran out of refreshments.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap up Barbershop episode 28 now. But yeah, Job. So you have some information where people can get in touch with you, man, to get any of your services, some of your classes.
Please give me a call at 205-538-4508. That's the money line. Or you feel like you just know Jarvis and be like, you grew up in school with him. Just call me at 205-527-0416. I got 3 pages on Facebook. So one way or another, you can connect with me on Facebook. So I'm very accessible. I ain't got no personal assistant or anybody like that. Mm-hmm. So just hit me up on Twitter, Jarvis Escott. Of course, if you're on Facebook, What's Happening Birmingham, go to What's Happening Birmingham. Join that email list. Just join it, Some of y'all get off the list and you come back on, you get on the list this week. I got them tickets to Leah Hathaway show too. But
well, look here. Well, I guess I always got to do my commercial before we leave. Well, first off, we do barbershop stories every Wednesday. You tune in 8 p.m. live Central Standard Time. You can watch us live on Facebook, obviously. You can watch it on the BennieMacandthemShow.com, or you can subscribe to the YouTube page. It's YouTube.com, and the old school, throw the / Mac Man Entertainment, or just search Bennie Mac. Subscribe, like it, post it, watch it, share. Also, too, our next comedy show coming up is Tuesday Night Laughs. It's called Before All That Love Sheet. Before All That Love Sheet at Roost Place. That's Tuesday, February 4th. You can holler at me for tickets. Tickets are 1 for $15, or fuck it, give me 2 for $20. And you can come on to the show. Roost Place, very nice spot. Check us out Tuesday, February the 4th. Also, check me out. I'm hosting Come Laugh. That's going to be at the Boss Lounge February the 9th. And what else coming up? If you're in the Oakland area, I'll be out at the Bay Area Comedy Festival. That's from the 13th through the 16th. Also, too, want to shout out one of my co-workers, one of my compadres, Miss V. She got the world famous Girls Night Out, the Girls Night Guru. That's February the 1st at the Bessemer Civic Center. If you put a comment on here saying that you want to rock with it, I'm going to sponsor 2 tickets for you all to go check out her event. That's what we're supposed to do for each other. So shout out to Miss V, Girls Night Guru, February the 1st, Bessemer Civic Center. And let me see, what else we got coming up?
I love Tuesday Night. I like that thing.
Lands, baby.
But the funniest flyer.
Yeah, shout out to Spanky Robinson and my homeboy Toulouse. They gonna rock that thing. It's just 2 folks, but they gonna give you about an hour apiece. Then of course I'm gonna host it Tuesday Night Last. How about you, Jarvis?
One of your funniest flyers. Yeah, more forehead than face.
Oh yeah. I ain't even I'm tripping. I ain't even said nothing about that. February. That's gonna be all on your streaming site. It's a comedy album, but it's also a video version as well, so you can listen to it like a podcast, or you can watch it. It was shot by K1 and Claude. It's gonna be like a little mini movie. Joelle Regal, shout out to her. Shout out to Biggie. Shout out to Sam, Corey, everybody who had something to do with Fred Bingo, Sonny Black. What up, man? Yeah, Sonny Black, man, that nigga cool as a motherfucker. Look at him. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody though. But yeah, make sure y'all check out all that. You want to get that number one more time?
205-527-0416 if you feel like you just want to be a personal friend of Jarvis. Or him on that money line.
Looking for friends.
205-538-4508. My cash app is at Jarvis Escott.
You ain't told him what you give. You just holler out of cash app. That ain't Jarvis hard. Jarvis hard, boy. Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And then make sure you tune in each and every morning, V94.9. I'm on the home team morning show along with Miss V and Homie J. Make sure you check us out. We got all kind of stuff on there. Talent you need to know too. So we reach out to all the talent across City of Birmingham and beyond. Check out Good in the Hood. Well, we could talk about that, but we choose not to. We talk about good things that's happening in this city and throughout all we talk about the good, because the bad, that's the obvious. We got, let me see, Spill the V. We got That's My Pastor. That's on Fridays. History
That's My
100.
Pastor.
That's on Thursdays. And we got I'm the Man Monday on Mondays. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Live, local, lit, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Home team morning show. And next week, speaking of the home team morning show, we got Home and Jay on here, episode 29. Been in the radio business over a quarter century. We're very interested in seeing what he got to say, because he done seen the change. He done seen when coming up to the radio station with the thing, all the way down to the internet, and how is that affecting what's going on. So we got him coming next week. Yeah, man. And we also got other guests coming up. We got Dr. Mill coming up. We got, man, the list is long.
Well, I want to say too, man. Thank you, man. I know. That just came into me.
You might be a preacher.
You gotta say it. You gotta say it when it comes to it.
I want to thank you, Bennie, man.
Hello.
For your support. No, man, I want to thank you for your support of me over the years. Because me and Bennie just met each other casual through what I'm doing. But I just personally want to thank you, man, for always supporting me, man. And the same, vice versa. I love what you're doing, brother. Same thing with Sammy, love what y'all doing, man. It's like, and thank you for inviting me on, because, at the end of the day, we all brothers got to help each other. You know what I mean?
All right, so to add to what he's saying, so it's safe to say that you'll see Bennie Mac and Sammy No Nose on what's happening in Birmingham.
Yeah, I'm going to come back.
So we got to put on the suit coat and shit, too.
No, you got to put on the suit
coat. Okay, I just want to make sure now, so, we're going to reciprocate it, so look for us to see. When your podcast air?
Oh, Lord, the honesty is whenever somebody cash out me or pay me. But no, well, I mean, I have a couple of segments. It's about 3 or 4 times a week. I air, pop a video. I got 2 videos coming up on Friday. I got Tabitha, TBT Taxes. I got, oh Lord, I'm doing another shout out. Ruby Davis on Friday. Y'all check her out.
Yeah, when the one on Ruby. What up, Vet?
Yeah.
Y'all know it's Ruby. That's Vet. What up,
Vet? We're going to interview on podcast coming up. And, I got wonderful things coming up for Black History Month. One thing about the What's Happening Birmingham podcast, you never know who's going to be on there. You're just going to see that little slogan in the intro, and it's going to pop, and you're going to be like, hello, everybody. It's Jarvis Escott. You don't know what suit I got on. And it'll be good to go. But thank you all.
You going to have on suit for real?
Well, sometimes. When I did with the man, I had a suit on. I had super tight. But no, personally, I want to thank you all for y'all supporting my business. Throughout the years. I love you all. Please continue to pray for me. Pray for these guys. Pray for everybody here right now, because, we need it. Pray for the city of Birmingham. Pray for our mayor, Woodfin. Pray for our mayor. I'm going to get controversial too. Pray for our president too. We just need to pray for everybody. Because we all need
work behind it. Because faith without work is dead as shit.
It's dead. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope this has been the most entertaining Facebook Live for my What's Happening in Birmingham Nation that you ever seen. That, I know some of y'all was probably just off the rails, like, what's going on? But this is entertaining. And the reason why I want to share it on my page is because the great work that you're doing. The great work you're doing, and that if you don't know who Bennie Mac is in Birmingham, you are under a cave. He is on 1st Avenue. Come see Bennie Mac. You in the cave. This man right here is like, I don't know why I was thinking like Master P in a way.
Like Bennie Mac.
Like Bennie Mac, like Master P, like the albums that come out every week and every stuff. So, things like that. But, I thank you, man.
And they got some Master P glass. Don't let them fool you.
Make them say, oh.
Still got them P glass at the house.
Make them say, oh.
But then, too, now, so we're talking about the network and all that. Now, Tuesday night last, February the 4th at Who's Place. Doors open up at 8, start promptly at 8:30. We're going to see you in attendance?
I'll be there.
All right, you're going to go and get your tickets now on air so you can start off to sow a seed. We're going to start.
Sow that seed in the life.
And we're going to do a cash app, as he so eloquently put it. $ Bennie Mac 205, 1 for 15, 2 for 15. Will you come, my brother?
Yes, sow that seed.
That's right.
Sow that seed in that life.
Sow that seed.
You used to have something. You like.
Can we get some walking music?
That's right. We get some walking music.
You used to do like what they call it. God, what's that thing like? BYOB, like bring your own bottle.
Well, I mean, what we do, sometimes we will offer complimentary drinks, you know, as an incentive to come check it out. Because I understand I'm independent. Those who know me, great. Those who don't, I'm still trying to convince them to come and enjoy the experience of these comedy shows. So sometimes we offer that incentive. So it is an option. Because Mofo Head in phase 3, for real, it was hard to go to the party afterwards because, hey, everybody was blessed here.
Okay. Can I do a shot? Y'all come out to my church on Sunday.
200.
No, oh Lord, 200. Come on, Calvary Resurrection Christian Church with Pastor George Matthew, 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We'll have you done by 1 o'clock. Just come worship. Come worship.
I thought you talking about prosperity.
Yeah, prosperity. Unlimited. Yeah.
They ain't come the 23rd.
I'm waiting on prosperity unlimited.
11 and be out by 1 o'clock.
Okay. Well, that's what's happening. Episode 28, Barbershop Stories, the podcast. We'll see you next week. Special guest, Lil Homie, the homie Jay. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. And we out. Jarvis, we appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, little bro. Yeah.
Thank y'all.